Hi everyone, welcome back to Beautiful British English. In today's lesson we're going to focus on how to fix some common mistakes using modal verbs. Right, welcome back everybody. So today we have three common mistakes that I see from lots of people in their writing and also in their speaking when using modal verbs. And this is at all levels, so this could relate to you if you're just beginning with English, but also if you're a little bit more advanced and you think you're using your modals correctly. These are some very, very common mistakes. So, common mistakes with modals. So the top mistake that I see and hear is using a modal plus a to infinitive. This is very common in writing, especially for people who are preparing for their, say, IELTS exam, for instance. So you get phrases like I can to go, you must to buy, or they should to visit. Now these are all completely wrong. Okay? Modal plus a to infinitive is completely grammatically incorrect. When we are using a modal, we do need an infinitive verb, but we need a base infinitive. Okay? So modal plus a base verb, a base infinitive, not a to infinitive. Yeah. So I can to go should actually be I can go. You must to buy, you must buy. And they should to visit, they should visit. Okay. So the first, and this is the most common mistake, is modal plus a base verb. You never use a modal with a to infinitive. Okay. You never have modal plus to plus the verb. It's always modal plus the base verb. Okay with that? Good. The second most common mistake is trying to use modals in the future using will. Now, here's the problem, because will, okay, is how we form, well, one of the ways we use will and going to form the simple future. So will is our simple future tense, but also will is a modal verb. Okay, and you cannot have a modal plus a modal. So a modal plus a modal is completely wrong. So if you're going to use will, you can never follow will with a modal verb. So I see things like I will can or you will must, where people are trying to use their modals in the future. Now, modal verbs do not change their tense from the present to the future. So I can, okay, and you must are both present and future forms. Now that can be a little bit confusing. So if you want to use your modal verbs to specifically describe the future, the best modal verb to use in the future is will, okay? Because will is describing the future and being a modal at the same time. So you would follow will with a very simple phrase, be able to. Yeah? So tomorrow I will be able to speak English. Tomorrow I must be able to use modal verbs. Okay? So a very, very easy way to fix using will plus a modal to describe the future is to make sure that you just use will plus with the phrase be able to. So tomorrow I will be able to use modal verbs. Okay, problem number 2 fixed. Now, problem number 3 is all about using modals in the past. So how exactly do we use modal verbs in the past? Here are some common mistakes that I see people make. I can went. So you will bought, so they shall visit it. So lots of people try to use the modal with the simple past form of the verb, which is completely wrong. Let me show you just one very, very simple example. So I can went. Okay, so now the correct way to use this modal in the present and also in the future, remember, is I can go. Now, the past form of can is actually could, but we use could in this sense to talk about possibility of doing something. So I could go is describing possibility. The correct past form of modals is I could have gone. This is the past. And to create the past, we use the modal verb plus an auxiliary verb, have, very similar to how you use your present perfect, okay, which is have plus a past participle. So modal plus have plus a past participle, or another way of thinking about it is a modal plus the present perfect. Okay, that is how you create the past form of your modal verbs. Yeah? So, let's have a look at another example. You will bought, completely wrong. You will buy would give you the present and the future form. You would buy would be the possibility, or talking about the possibility of doing something. You would have bought would be the past form. They shall visited. Okay, no. They shall visit. Present, simple present and future. They should visit, offering advice and probability. They should have visited is the past of the modal. Okay, so with modals we have three very common mistakes which are all very, very easy to fix. You just need to change just one thing in how you're using your modals to fix these common mistakes. So remember, a modal verb is always followed by a base verb form, not a to infinitive verb. That's common mistake one. Common mistake two, will is a modal verb and you cannot use will plus a modal as well to create the future. So just use will plus be able to describe the future, very, very simply. And remember, with your modal verbs in the past, it's the modal verb plus the present perfect. Okay, that's have in the past participle. Great, I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. Please hit the subscribe button and let me know if you have any specific questions about this tutorial, modal verbs in general, or anything else that you would like to learn.